Okay, hello everyone. It took forever to get back into the YouTube. I could not use any numbers or dates in my title or description. I had to spell everything out and remove symbols. So it might look a little crazy, but welcome everyone. This is NaNa Kharmz. You are now looking at my stream, NaNa Kharmz Krazy Gaming. To get back into the YouTube. Yikes, sorry about the sound. And today's date is Friday, July 22nd in this year of 2022. And if I did not say the time, it is about 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in North America, U.S. of A. All right. The icon. Whoops! I didn't want you guys to see that. That's my math classroom, but you see it anyway. Okay. Well, let's go on out of there for a moment. The title of this episode is NaNa Kharmz. Hold on. New NaNa Kharmz High School. Revised July. I had a date in there of when I made it and created this school, which was really June 8th, 2020. They wouldn't allow me put any numbers in, so I had to take that out. And then I revised it July 17th, 2022, this year, in this month. It also says new CC. It said SIMS with the number 4. I had to take the number 4 out and spell it out. And it says NaNa Kharmz Krazy Gaming. That is in the title. Okay. Welcome everyone. Let's go in. Whoa. Okay, the teacher is looking angry because he has a student that has fallen asleep. He does not know that she has to work 2 jobs, try to take care of her siblings for her mom, and her mom works 2 jobs, and try to do all her homework. But he doesn't understand that. He just knows that he thinks she's bored and fell asleep in the classroom. Then we have another student that is taking notes. This is the math class where they learn calculus and algebra. This student is taking notes from the teacher. We will come back to this classroom later. There's an ATM machine because you have to learn how to count so that you can do math so you won't get robbed from the bank or from someone trying to rob you at the ATM machine. So you have to know how to use the ATM machine and calculate your earnings and income. This is a student that's headed to class. to the math class, and he's eager and happy to learn. Alright, we're in the background. It's Meet Joe Black with Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt, one of my favorite movies. Now we're going to go out of the school, which is what I intended to start off with at the beginning. That's a picture of my son. His name is Lee. Let's go all the way out. So like I said, this building I built from scratch back in June 8th of 2020 and have revised it recently on July 17th of this month in this year of 2022. This was the Bright Stars Elementary School. If you saw the episode 419, there was giraffes all around the school and in front of the school, but now there are golden athletes adorning the school, the front of the school. And in episode 419 you saw where the game EA Origin Maxis took out my CC, so there was no real cars in the lot. There was just toy cars that were enlarged. So I have my cars back. I have my CC back. This is the outside of the school during the nighttime. A lot of adults come here and they do various things like painting classes, and we have a rocket science engineering building at the top here. They make a rocket and go up to Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the moon, not the sun, and too hot, and Sixum and other planets. So they contact aliens. The rocket can also be used for woohooing. So university students and adults that aren't in the university, as well as mature teenagers, can go into this rocket science building. If I can get the Japanese maple tree out the way, or apple blossom tree. But yeah, they go up. Here's a rocket here. They go up to the NASA's U.S. Space Rocket Center. So yeah, the teenagers are allowed to go in here if they are very mature, and we will see in there later, so that they don't get electrocuted and they are responsible, mature teens, not the ones that are reckless and cause endangerment to themselves and others, which we'll see later. I meant to put that this is part 1 in case I can't finish the whole video, so I might put that in the title if it's allowed, because I can't put numbers in my title. So yeah, that other building behind the rocket science building that you just saw is a new building that I made. It was not made in 2020 like this building and the rocket science building. The building in the back here was made on July 17th, 2022. Alright, so if we go down here, and I turn around a little bit and go to the parking lot here. And there's no buses because the students here are very rich. Get back down there. And their parents are rich. And so they're more likely to have cars to get to school. And it is a private school, as I indicated in episode 419. This is episode 420 of my Sims 4 gaming. Okay, I'm trying to get down there to the Ding Dong principal. Come on now. Well, here, let me let the building down a little bit for a minute to get down here with him. So this is the principal, and he's headed to the principal's office, and that's right inside of this brick wall here. This is a view of the principal's office from the outside. That is a skating rink, yes, behind him. It's part of the gymnasium class for their athletic skills. Yeah, that's his office that he's headed to in there. If you guys leave any comments, I'll have to go out of the game to check them. I'll check in a little while. I just want to get started here because it took me almost 3 weeks to get back into YouTube, and so goodness gracious, I'm just anxious to get started. Alright, let's go in. This is the front of the school. This is the lobby area. Quite comfortable with French presidential furniture. In the middle here, now this school is going to be totally different from the Bright Stars elementary school that you saw before. Remember I said I was going to change everything out to convert it into a high school. This is the hall monitor manager counselor, hall monitor manager, attendance counselor. He is to make sure and count with his eyeballs how many students come into the school, so that he can document that he saw them come in, and also to prevent them from loitering in the halls. This is the school secretary, receptionist. This young lady is waiting to talk to her so that she can talk with the principal and meet with the principal and have a tour of the school. Now, if you go behind her inside of the principal's office, which is right here, and here's some chairs to receive guests. Okay, if you hear anyone in the background, that's my son. He is streaming as well. And his Fortnite game, and Mortal Kombat and other games that he plays, Fall Guy and all that. Alright, so the principal has some coffee on his desk, and be careful taking it with the Advil over here for headaches. And file cabinet behind in his briefcase, and his stack of files from the file cabinet that tells him about the students' academic records, their immunization, and all different things he has to know about them. Even if it's police reports if they've been arrested before. Alright. So like I said, the principal is headed. He has windows in the front and back of the school so that he can keep an eye on everybody. He can see if they're roller skating, if they need to be there, if they're in gymnastic class. I'm going to go back out here with the principal for a reason. I'm not going to go, like with the Bright Stars Elementary School, I went to the second floor. But in this case, I'm going to go to the new building that I made because I'm very excited about it. And let's make this daytime so you can get a good view of the principal. Now, if he was to turn his back, because he's headed on to his office, but if he was to turn his back, he would notice that someone is doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Now, let's see if we can catch her. Whoops. Okay, let me go in here. So yeah, there's a student doing acrobats. She's quite good at it, but you just can't do that with electrical currents going through those light bulbs and electrical wires. But she's doing her gymnastic up over the ice of the ice skating rink. And she could fall and hurt her head, but she's very good at it. She's very good. But he doesn't know that, and he doesn't want liability of a student getting hurt. Alright, so we're going to put the walls up for everything, and we're going to go over here. Oh, before we go into this building, I don't know if you guys saw the back of this. Everything, like all of the little children things, have been taken away. This is the gardening class, of course, that stays. And everyone loves the water slide, so that stays. Slip and slide. The bowling alley stays for gymnastic. And also the, I didn't have room to put these, so hopefully it won't rain and they won't get electrocuted, but they probably will. Anyway, this is the basketball court, and this young man loves coming here to gymnastic class and playing basketball, bowling, and everything he can do, but mostly the basketball. This is him in the evening practicing, and this is him at night practicing. Alright, let's go back in this morning. Let's go into the building that I just made that I'm so proud of. And these figurines, or what she calls Deco SIMS, was made by Jasmine Raditz. And Jasmine Raditz is like a genius in making, she made a high school with a whole bunch of thousands of students, and what she's, these statue Sims are called Deco Sims, to make it more of a reality type school. And she is well worth the money that I pay her per month for her creations. Alright, let's go down. If I can get, okay, so I'm downstairs. Alright, let's go in. Here's a student looking at her watch, a Deco Sim made by Jasmine Raditz. And she's trying to get to her classroom on time so that she will not be late, because her teacher does not. These teachers will lock the door if you're late. That's Nicki Minaj in the background there in the corner. She has had it in, I love my staircases. I use this in my werewolf field. Alright, so she is headed into this classroom, and this particular teacher, if I can get in here, is looking right at the door, and she's eyeballing everybody that comes in and make sure they get in here in time with the clock on her computer. And she's going to make sure that she locks that door if they're not in here on time, because they have a lot of exams that they do. This is the anatomy physiology laboratory. She has Fiji, my favorite water, Fiji water, on her desk, and a pathology book and anatomy books as well in this classroom. Pathology, I think, was made by either Ariel. So I got Ariel, Alexis, and I think, was it Corey? Carrie something. They make the food and stuff that's in my game. But I also make my own books as well. But these are not them. I put some other titles, anatomy and physiology books in here, but they don't seem to be here. But Jasmine has provided these microscopes for the anatomy lab. So I set this classroom up and I'm proud of it. So yeah, this is the anatomy and physiology laboratory, anatomy lab. Okay, let me get back in here. Woohoo! I'm trying to get through, because even though Jasmine, Raditz, Deco, SIMS are so cool, they do tend to, she said not to use a lot of them because they can mess up your game and cause some glitches, and they do tend to expire very quickly. And so I wanted you guys to see it before they do that, before they mess up, because I've had to change out a lot of them. So yeah, that's the anatomy laboratory classroom. And now we're going to turn around. I love this brick with the blue in it, my favorite color. We're going to go into this classroom here. There's 2 classrooms on every floor. There's 3 stories, 3 floors. So this is, well, let me see if you can see the title. Okay. This is the, where is my G? Okay. Ding dong it, my G done fell down. Hold on, everybody. That's embarrassing. What the heck? Hold your horses. Where are you? Whew. This is trigonometry. The trigonometry classroom. Goodness. G done went and ran away. Trigonometry. Trigonometry classroom. So, it's 2 things taught in here, trigonometry and calculus. Hey, get back off of there. Trigonometry and calculus classroom. Now let's go back there with the professor. of that particular classroom. Come on now. Okay, now we're in the classroom. He is so handsome. Stop that. Okay, see, I'm going to just have to do the walls by themselves there. Alright, so we have a student digging in her purse to get her ink pen and everything ready. Recording device for the teacher giving his lecture. And he is pointing to the boards. There's several mathematical equation boards. And he is pointing and teaching. The other young man is getting his ink pens and pencils ready to write and do his notes as well. This classroom can hold 6 students, and that is the very, very smart students that come from the math classroom that you saw when the videos first started. So that completes the first floor. And let me check something. Ooh, I didn't want you to see that. Let me check something right quick. Okay, as I indicated that I'm playing on PC laptop, so I have to go out of the game to check for comments. As of now, there is no comments, so I will keep on with the tour. It's 11:57 p.m. Okay, now let's go to the second floor. Let me put all the walls up. Okay, let's see. We'll go upstairs here. We should end up in the hall. Yeah, we're in the hallway. Okay. So in the hallway, Jasmine Raditz in her high school, she's offered us, we that are Patreon, pay her Patreon fees per month. So we got a chance to have things that she had in her high school. So there's a Coca-Cola machine here. I don't really drink Coca-Cola. My son likes it. But I like the Sprite and Mountain Dew and all that. And if I see that machine, I'll put that in its place. But for now, I put Coca-Cola. There's a card game, video game. I paid like $5,000 and had a real one of these, but it actually had a whole covering where you were sitting in a real car and driving, and it was so much fun. So I put this in the game for them. The students, teenagers, and the kids in the elementary school as well can get very tired out and bored, and they could die from not having any fun. So you have to put fun stuff in here for them. Alright, so let's go into this first classroom. So in this classroom, there's, if I can get in here, I'll just have to do like that. Alright, these pretty little baby eyes belongs to my grand girl, little sweetheart. Her name is Miracle K. Marie, and I love her so much. And so in between her two pictures is a picture of about 20 or 30 kids, children. So can you guess what this classroom is? I'm calling this classroom the child. If you can see it there, child. And then we're going to turn around here. And over in the corner, over in the corner here, past the chandeliers, is me. I am NaNa Kharmz. My name is Carmen, and I'm holding my grandgirl, Miracle, on vacation, a recent vacation with her mom, and we had a wonderful, great time next to the ocean or sea or whatever that big body of water was. But yeah, we had a wonderful time. So I'm going to turn around here. Yeah, my grandchildren call me Nana, and sometimes she calls me Granny. Alright, and this picture here, and marbles are on the wall because children love playing with marbles. I love marbles because they're pretty colors. If I put the walls back up, this is a very long word. If I can get around here. So this word says development. So this is the child development class. Like I said, this is, I might have not said it, that's my baby sister Tori Ann, and she's holding my grandgirl Miracle. This is Miracle as well, in the middle here, looking up at the camera as I take her picture. She loves posing for the camera. Alright, so now I'm going to turn around and yeah, it was hard getting all these words into the classrooms. Okay, now I have a problem with the build mode. Let me get out of that. No, I do not want to do anything with the building. Let go, let go. See if I can get back in there. Okay. She's so cute, man. Alright. So, on the wall here is her beautiful mom, my model daughter, Crystal, with a K, and Miracle. And like I said, we were by the water and we had a wonderful vacation time. And that was recently. Alright, so we're going to turn back around. And so the classroom is child development classroom. And on the books I did put, it's hard to see. Well, here's one that has a picture of my daughter on the cover. And so I tried to make a lot of books, but they tend to change. The covering changes back and forth. There. So see how it had my daughter's picture here, and then if you move up an inch, it changes to my granddaughter's picture. So yeah, these books are interchangeable. Yeah. Fascinating. It's like science. Okay. Now this one, this desk, I forgot to put an extra book on it. So I'll put some more books on this desk later when I play it. Alright, and then I think the teacher's desk should be in this corner here. Yeah, so this is the teacher's desk over here. And she has a good view of the outside, and there's water behind the school. Alright, so we're going to go, and in the staircase I made sure there was a view as well of the water so they don't get bored. SIMS tend to get water and drink it in case it's a very hot day. And they like staring out the window at the weather. Alright, so on this wall, one of my favorite TV shows, I have several, but this is one that I catch every Wednesday for the past few years. And this is Married at First Sight. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of MAFS, M-A-F-S, Married at First Sight, where you don't meet your groom or your bride until the day of the wedding. I did not have any room in the media television movie classroom to put this, so I had to put it on the walls in this building. So this is Nate and Stasia in the middle here, getting married recently. And this couple got married in the other season. Let me see, were they in 14 or... No, they might have been in 12 or something like that. But, yeah, this is my favorite couple. One of my favorite couples, Woody and Amani. And they finally had a baby. So congratulations on that. This is the new couples that have came in reigning this year for July of 2022. And it's hard to see them. And then last season was Elijah Wan and Katina. The picture is very narrow and blurry, so it's hard to see them. But you get an idea of how they look. And then quite some time ago was this couple was in a season which was it's hard to get in here, Benson and doggone it, what is her name? Anyway, they're having a baby, Ariana or something like that, or Ariel or something. But I'll correct it later in the description if I got it wrong. But yeah, they're having a baby, so I'm glad about that. The bald-headed gentleman, I don't know if you can see him, but he's an environmentalist that is trying to save our oceans, so I commend him on that in this picture here. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me save the game and go out for 1 second, if I can. Okay, hold on a minute. Jeez, oh Pete, it's taking a long time. Okay, so Amani and Woody, let's see, what did they say? They're from season 12. Stasia and Nate is from this season 15. This is season 15 right here, where you can't see the people, they're blurred. And Katina and Elijah who are still together, is from season 14 that recently ended. And Vincent, come on now, Vincent and Ariana, who are having a baby now, are from season 11, I believe. Since Woody them is from 12, then Benson them must be from 11. And there are always 5 couples, 10 people per show. And a lot of things happen, including people getting COVID, people going to jail, even though the FBI checks you out before you come on the show, and people dating other people's wives and husbands, and all kind of stuff happened in Married at First Sight. Okay, so let's go into this other classroom. This is NaNa Kharmz Krazy Gaming. Alright, this classroom is, let me put the walls down and up so you can see. This is the music band class. Thanks to Jasmine Raditz Patreon that I paid per month, I was able to get these instruments and do a band class. Not big like hers, not professional like hers, but small, but still adequate. And I put my own wall coverings in my classrooms to denote or to describe what I'm feeling and what I like in my classrooms. So this is George Benson because he has his own orchestra band. And this is Jamie Foxx, i.e. Eric Marlon Bishop, who is also a singer, songwriter, producer of the Jamie Foxx show and probably movies that he's done as well. He is also a movie star and songwriter, if I didn't say that before. Alright, so this is my handsome Asian teacher, and the girls are going nuts and crazy over him. He is conducting some music. They can hear the music playing on a loudspeaker as they're in the room, and so they're dancing and enjoying him singing, or at least one girl is having a fit. A star-struck student who is dancing and enjoying the music as he teaches you the different songs that you are hearing. And like I said, he's singing as well, and the girl here is playing the drums. I'm glad that the drums are acting right. Before they were glitching out and turning an ugly color. Alright, so that's the music band class. I don't know if I had anything on the other wall. Let's see. I think it's just a white wall. Yeah, I didn't put anything back here. I just wanted it plain. So yeah, that's the music band class. Alright, and so that's all the instruments and tubas and French horns and all type of things here. Bass. Back there is a bass and trombones and drums and everything. Alright, so we're going to go out and go up to my favorite floor. We're going to go up to the 3rd floor and hopefully just end up in the hallway. Okay. Whoops. Alright, yes, so we're in the hallway. Alright, so we see a blue poodle dog and a pink poodle dog that are so cute. And whose dogs is it? Let's see. It's Cardi B. Cardi B and her poodle dogs is in the hallway up here. Okay, I'm not going to go into that classroom yet. I want to turn around here if I can. So on this side is Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. I'm sorry, on this side is Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, and Cardi B. Or vice versa, I get them mixed up, Cardi and Nicki. Okay, so we're going to go down and go inside of this classroom. Through the glass, there's a picture of me, Carmen. Right there in the purple flowers. And that's next to me is a picture of my mom in the yellow lime green. Yes, It's my mom at my cousin Nita's house, because cousin Nita likes purple like my daughter, so cousin Nita has a purple leather couch, and so we went over to visit her when she first moved there and had a great time. So my mom, my cousin Nita says my mom is her favorite aunt. My mom is right here on the left, and this is me right here on the right. Alright, so we pan out. Next to my mom is my niece. Let me turn this around. My niece Amber, with the blonde hair on the side here, holding her sunglasses. And pan out some more. So on the left of her, right here, this face belongs to my baby sister LaShawn, and she's getting married next month in August on her birthday. Yay! Alright, and then she'll make a beautiful bride. Alright, and then so what I do with my walls of my high school is I put things on the wall that I enjoy. So this is a picture. So in this classroom, this cosmetology classroom, I have pictures of all of my siblings. This is my other sister. I have 3 baby sisters. I'm the oldest, and a baby brother. So this is a picture of my movie star sister. She's been in several movies and TV commercials, and her name is Rhonda. Alright, so on this wall here is the Milady, a real cosmetology classroom book, and so I featured it on the wall here with some of the Dark and Lovely and other Clairol and other products, so that they can learn to use relaxer and conditioner and different things on the students. Here's a student doing a customer's hair. Customer is a student as well, but a famous model student. Like I said, billionaires go to this school. And behind them is a picture of my daughter Crystal. As you see in all my SIMS buildings and houses, I always picture a picture of my daughter Crystal, who is also a model. Here's a lady waiting for her hair to dry over in the corner there on her relaxing chair. And if we raise up a bit, we can see, if I back up some, this is my cosmetology class, or cosmetology classroom. Now, it took me several weeks to find, even though I paid Jasmine for the salon sink and chair and the salon dryers. It took me 3 weeks, or almost 3 weeks, just to find it in my items, and I finally found it, so I'm trying to get it on this video for you guys before it disappears again, because the game tends to glitch out. Alright, so on this wall in the red here is my niece Mignon. She is the daughter of Rhonda, and Amber, the blonde that you saw earlier, is also a daughter of Rhonda. This is my baby sister Tori, and I have beautiful nieces that she has daughters as well. And Tori Ann is in the black and white here. And Mignon and Tori are excellent at doing hair. And so is my daughter Crystal, that is behind them with the purple glasses. Now on this wall I have a chart of normal skin, should say it there, normal skin, and underneath the skin, way down here in the fatty tissue, it shows how the hair follicles grow through the skin, up through the different layers and go through the skin. And on this side is a beautician doing a girl's hair, brushing her hair. Now at one point there was a lady trying to cut this girl's hair. She has very, very long hair, but I don't like anyone cutting someone's hair when it's long. So I removed her from cutting her hair and allowed it to be just brushed gently. And there's the hair dryers, the salon hair dryers that took me forever to find. Okay, so I'm so proud of this classroom that I made. I have some items over here from Jasmine with the flat iron and curling irons and scissors and hair solutions and everything. So yeah, I love this classroom. That's the cosmetology classroom. Okay. Now we will go across the hall to the next classroom. Okay. So we're gonna go in the door where Cardi B and her poodles are. If I can turn around. So in this classroom, now you see this girl that's entering the classroom here. She looks like she's not feeling too well, a little pale and needs some water. But I'm glad that she's entering the classroom because when she gets finished with this class, she's going to end up, if I can get back in there, she's going to actually end up being or looking exactly like this model here on the right, this blonde on the right. She's going to look so glamorous and beautiful. And I'm going to be so proud of her. She is a Deco sim, but I'm going to make a sim similar to her so that she can evolve into this famous model and then end up in movies as well. Just like this girl here, this Deco sim and her hairdresser. When I where I live at in Michigan, they all the beauty schools allow you to pay a certain small fee and you can get your hair done. for practically free in their classrooms. As their students learn to do hair, they learn on you. You are the guinea pig. But it is well worth it. They do a great job. They make sure that they know all about hair anatomy before they let you touch them. So here in the right corner is my sister LaShawn, who's getting married. This is me right here in the ice blue dress. And next to me, now I was about 27 when I took this picture, 25 to 27. And next to me is my daughter Crystal in a royal blue dress, and was about the same age or a little older who took this picture. So Crystal put herself and me, her mom, in pictures next to each other, which is so cool. This is LaShawn again on this side. And on this wall here is, in the middle here with the pink shawl, is my niece Alicia. I call her Cecia Alicia. And she is the daughter of Rhonda. And Rhonda is the mother of Alicia, who I just showed you. And also, Rhonda's the blonde movie star right there. And she is also, if I can get there, she is also the mother of the blonde here, Amber, who, well, I'll mention that later. Okay, and then I'll mention about her company later. And she's also the mother of the oldest daughter, Mignon, named after filet mignon, one of my favorite steaks. All right, so back into this classroom. This picture here in the corner is a picture of my baby sister, my babyest baby sister, my third baby sister, Torianne. And she seldom wears dresses, but I told her she has pretty legs, so I think she should wear the dresses so she looks nice in the dress. And if I can get that out of there, there's a teacher here teaching the class. And I'm clicking the wrong thing. There's a picture of my daughter Crystal in the middle here, of course representing this classroom. Pink purple glass tables because her favorite color is purple. This is her in the corner in the purple or lavender eyeglasses. And in this corner also, this is LaShawn again, my sister LaShawn, who's getting married. And behind the shoe rack is her 3 sons. This is my nephew Mimi, a famous artist. He's excellent at dancing, Michael Jackson dances and art. And my older nephew Nathaniel. Again, that's her sons. And you can't see her third son down there, Christopher, because the shoes is behind there, in front of him. And this is the mannequin for them to make the clothing. So there's a reason for the clothing materials here for them to choose from to learn how to make clothing. So if they're making clothing and you're seeing fashionable pictures on the wall, then this must be, if I can turn around, Well, where did I put the other part? Okay, here it is. So it says fashion. Design. So this is the fashion design class. And so I loved making this floor. This is my favorite floor in the whole school. I love it. I had so much fun with it. So there you have it on the fashion design class. Okay, so now we're going to go out of this building. I hate to leave it, but we have to go on to the other classrooms. And let me point something out as well. So this girl that has a very, very long hair, and this girl as well that has very, very long hair that's getting her hair done. My sister Tori with the head on right there, her daughters, especially the youngest daughter, Taya, has long hair just like these models that are sitting in the chairs. Just like that. Long, real hair like that. Because my sister Tori combed their hair all the time and brushed their hair all the time, and her daughter's hair grows very, very long, and now she has grandkids, so I haven't met them yet because they're down south, but their hair is probably long as well, and Tori's hair is long, of course. Alright, so now we will go to the other floors. We will go out. Whoops. Just trying to get... Alright, bye Cardi. So we're going out of Cardi B's hallway, and we're going to leave. Alright, so we're going to leave out of this building. And we're going to go to the front of the building like we were going to do before. And this high school is a stickler on science and art and chemistry. Alright, so now we're going to go down to the first floor. Whoa, too far down. And we'll go back into the hall here. So we already went to the principal's office, We met the receptionist secretary. And now we will turn around here. There's fish aquariums on the flanking the entry door. There's a golden elevator that goes to from the first floor to the third floor. There's bathroom through there, but we won't go in there because I'm trying to get to the classrooms. The bathroom did not have room for the sink, so the swan sink is out here. But with pandemic, people have to wash their hands a lot anyway and sterilize their hands. So this is the nurse's station. If I can get in there. So yeah. She is sitting at her desk. There's a file cabinet there, a dual screen TV for them to watch the TV while they're waiting on their appointment with the doctor, the school doctor. And this is the students that is waiting. There was a boy student waiting as well, but he kept glitching out, so I had to remove that Deco SIM. This SIM, she is going to have a baby, so I hope she's not going into premature labor, but she needs to see the doctor right away. And this SIM is handicapped in a wheelchair with her purse. Alright, so then we'll turn around here and go into the doctor's office. He has a stethoscope, Advil, and other medication on the counter. I have some prescription medicine on here. I think the gang moved it. And some Zyrtec for people who have allergies. A weighing scale to weigh the patient, and an IV pole with saline solution if they need an IV, they're dehydrated, or if they're sick of any type and need medication put into an IV. I'm trying to get this x-ray. Looks like someone has some screws loose and cogs and nails in their bones, but that's an x-ray of a patient there, and an eye chart on the other part of the wall. The blue heart symbol representing that it is a doctor's office. A sink for sterilizing in the corner there, and Mr. Bones as well to address anatomy. Whoops. And hand sanitizer and wipes and paper towel on the wall, and files as well. Alright, so now we will go out of the doctor's office. And we will back out of the nurse's station if we can. We're back into the hallway. We will go past the hall monitor, attendance counselor. Now earlier there was a young man sitting on the stairs without his shirt on, and he had to tell him to leave the school unless he pulled his shirt down. So to back him up, if no one does what he says, we have a Centurion here from Jungle Adventures who will chase you down and probably kill you. He's also guarding a picture of okay, let's back up here. It's either Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. I get them mixed up. But we don't want any students defacing the picture. So there you have it. Probably Cardi B looks like. Alright. I'm trying to hurry up while my game is still going. In this corner is a contraption and a sink for sterilizing your hand during pandemic. And to this other side, to the left side of him, you go through these golden gates and you are now in the cafeteria. Here's some students enjoying themselves in the cafeteria, so they can socialize and talk to one another. This guy is getting a headache because his new girlfriend is, well, she thinks she's his girlfriend, and so she wants to share a drink with him. A nice, cool soda drink. Looks very tasty and good, yes indeed. But he's getting a headache because she's nagging him, as the other girl just watches and enjoys her lunch. Alright, and so this guy is also watching. He's a loner. He's got his icy from 7-Eleven, his ice cream and his big burger from Burger King. My favorite. Oh, what? And talking about their classes and boyfriends and all that. And here's a server serving another burger when they're ready for it. Probably for her friend, because the girl with the blue and black hair already has a big meal. So the girl with the blonde and black hair probably needs the burger. And behind the server is a Coca-Cola machine. And there we got the Sprite that I like, and Mountain Dew, and Fanta and everything. Alright, so there's a cookbook on that table. And there's a cookbook on every table, because this is also these 7 students. Is it 6? Okay, I thought I had 7. These 7, 6, well, the server is a student too. So these 7 students are in a classroom where they learn how to cook. Since I did not have room, Jasmine Raditz has an entire economics cooking class and sewing class. I wanted to make a sewing machine class too, but that'll be part of the fashion design class. I'll put a sewing machine in there. But anyway, here's some sugar that went on these donuts here. They look great. In the back here is a strawberry flavor. Yummy, yummy strawberry ice cream. Okay. Pepsi sitting on the counter with large Burger King burgers. And here's the special cook, the teacher, the cook and chef, chopping up some tomatoes. And she's the one that made the Burger King burgers. Actually, Jasmine Raditz. provided the Burger King burgers. But so I put pots and pans in here. Okay, so there's spices in here. And I put some crock pots on top of the refrigerator. Now, on my refrigerator I have flowers, but you know, this is different. And so there's spices up here too. Alright. So like I said, I made the school in June 8th of 2020. And I revised this Bright Stars Elementary School and turned it into a high school July 17th of this year, 2022. And I had something on this wall and it is gone, but I will replace it later. And then on the other wall here is a menu and a freezing machine for them to get food that they can heat up in the microwave, or juices and milk that they can drink ice cold. So this is a menu of things that are offered for today. I was at a university where you go into the certain fancy restaurant, and it was part of their cooking classroom, and the servers, that was their part of the classroom, to learn how to do serving. And all of it was from the wait staff to the cooks to the menu, and the fancy tables and everything was part of the classroom. Unfortunately, as me being a guinea pig going into that classroom and eating, they served me sesame seed, which I am severely allergic to. So they literally had to call an ambulance in that classroom and take me out to the hospital across the street. So some of the students got reprimanded for making such a big mistake, because I surely said, please make sure there's no sesame seeds in the food that you serve me, or peppercorn. Alright, let's go down the hallway here. If you saw episode 419, my Sims 4 videos go by 400s. I started off with 401, and now this is 420. So in this classroom, as I said, my sister LaShawn's son, Mimi Demetrius, a high school student, was an excellent artist. He helped me make my Cardi B. He is excellent. Alright, so let me turn around. He's excellent at drawing portraits and stuff. Another great artist is my movie star crush husband, Jeff Goldblum. And he was raised primarily by his auntie in Hawaii. So he did a portrait here where he's standing in front of banana leaves or palm tree leaves. And that's a cool portrait. In the middle here is my mom, Connie. And Connie Marie is a singer from Motown. She made a lot of records. And because she had to have me, she couldn't finish her singing career, else she would be just as famous as Stevie Wonder, whom she met when he was 11 years old, playing the piano at the Berry Gordy Motown Studios when they were in Detroit. And she would be as famous as Dionne Warwick and Diana Ross and all of them if she hadn't had me. But because of my daddy here, who is the famous artist George Robinson, unfortunately, I was their first daughter. I'm glad to be alive, but I didn't like ruining my mom's singing career. But anyway, Daddy's a famous artist who was honored in the Detroit Institute of the Arts and honored in Wyandotte, Michigan for out of 701 artists, he was chosen as number 1 and honored in newspapers. He's been on Channel 2 News for his artwork, Channel 7 and Channel 4 here in Michigan. He and I were also on the stage with the musical group KISS, KISS. We did a radio broadcast show, live show with them. We had people in the audience. The stage was way up in the air, and I was on stage with my son, who was a little bitty baby, about 6 months old. And I think one of the KISS guys held my son and was singing with him. And I was standing next to them as they were singing. And the KISS does a lot of stuff with vampire blood and stuff. So I got a whole bunch of vampire blood relics and all kind of keychains and things from them for being on the show with them. And again, this is me when I was about 25 to 27 years old. This is my daughter when she was about 27 to 30. And she did this picture of herself next to me, her mom's picture, as a comparison, which is so cool. So my daughter's a great artist as well, and she worked for my dad. When she was 8 years old, she was making $90 per portrait, and she started off painting people's dogs, their pets. I later developed my art skill. My mom and dad are both artists. My mom not only a singer but has done artwork. She's done, she had to climb up very, very tall ladders and do murals in cathedral churches, in the cathedral ceilings, and keep from falling. Paintings of Jesus and Moses and the burning bush and mountains and all type of biblical paintings that she has done, as well as landscaping and pretty paintings of Hawaii, place that I've always wanted to take her, that Jeff was from, and Jeff Goldblum. But I never got a chance to take her because I'd almost died, and I've been fighting for my life the past 2 or 3 years to stay alive. And my daddy, of course, I've already explained about him being an artist. So, so my daughter worked for my dad when she was 8 years old and continued helping him out when she got older, because he also does rings and things with jewelry. And I worked for Daddy when I was a little girl and teenager as well. We sold Mickey Mouse in the glass house balloons, which was fun, in every different color. You put it in a clear glass house, and the Mickey Mouse came in every different color, and punching ball balloons in psychedelic colors. So that was so cool. And I also got a chance to see, when I was working for Daddy, and I was about maybe 13, we were at the riverfront in Detroit. It was called the riverfront back then. And across from us on stage was Joe Jackson yelling at his sons, making them practice for their show. They were practicing dancing and singing, and none of the customers were allowed in the festival yet until we got everything set up. So Daddy was yelling at us, getting us, my sister Rhonda and I were the only ones born then, and we were raised as twins, but I'm the oldest, and he was telling, yelling at us, telling us to get everything prepared, and in a loving way though. He didn't hurt us like Joe Jackson, but Daddy did spank us with a belt later when we got, when we did bad stuff. But and this is Jeff Goldblum in this corner, and this is one of my other famous artist friends. This is not friend, but favorite artist, movie star. This is Anthony Hopkins, Sir Anthony Hopkins, who has been knighted by the Queen, who did Hannibal Lecter, Meet Joe Black, and other movies. And I love when he plays a billionaire because he's so excellent at it. So this is the artist classroom. And thanks to Jasmine Raditz, I have some new art supplies in this classroom that I did not have in the elementary school, Bright Stars Elementary School. So there's paints and chalks and everything. But in Bright Stars, I liked what I had. I had the little kitty desk with the little kitty art and stuff. So these are for the older. Adults can take painting and art class here, and also it's for the teenagers as well. Now, I had that chair facing the teacher. Why are you facing the wrong way now? Every time I come back in this game, something has been moved by EA. And then one of the chairs is missing. Oh, no, it just appeared back again. Okay, let me move this chair the way it's supposed to be. Stop that. Come on now. Alright. Now, I'm going to save this for a minute because I have to, that clown you just saw was in the art room for the Bright Stars Elementary School. I had to move him out so that I could put these new paintings in. And the statue is for them to draw, learn how to draw figures, other Sims. In this case, a kitty Sim. They have to learn how to draw them. Learn the anatomy and all that so they can learn how to draw. And there is no chalk, well, hardly no chalkboards in this school. Mostly monitors so that they can look at movies and the teacher can show lectures through the big screen there. Alright, I will be right back. Let me save this since I had to move the glass chair. I will be right back. Let me save this since I had to move the glass chair. Alright. Uh-oh. I do not want to lose this video. Now we're going to go across the hall here. If you guys remember in episode 419. In episode 419, I have a anatomy and physiology lecture classroom for the Bright Stars Elementary School. Well, this is a whole new anatomy and physiology classroom now, designed for teens and adults. So the teacher is also the doctor of the school, and as you saw, his doctor's office is packed with people, or constantly having students come in and out. He has a girl that might have to deliver a baby, and he has a student that's handicapped in a wheelchair waiting to see him, and a guy who's in a cafeteria whose girlfriend is nagging him. He has a bad headache, so he's going to see the doctor as well. But meanwhile, the doctor's teaching a class, so he's sitting down because his back is hurting from having to run back and forth to the doctor's office and back and forth to the classroom. The other teacher that you saw in the other building does the laboratory for the anatomy and physiology, and she works closely with him in the lecture classroom so that she'll know what to teach them in the lab that he is teaching them in the lecture. And they take extensive notes here. So I've made some books as well that I put on the desk. And Jasmine Raditz made books as well. So my books is not appearing too well. I'm not sure. But when I play the game, you'll see more of my books. Alright. So yeah, there's Mr. Bones. There's the x-ray that the teacher teaches them. There's the grading system where they get stars and things. Anatomy and physiology, as it says. And that's his spinal cord and inside of the intestines, heart and other things. As I indicated in episode 419, I've taken several anatomy and physiology classes at various universities and always come out with an A+, 4.5 flying colors in my anatomy and physiology classes, because that is one of my favorite classes. So I had to have that in my school. And like I said, I made this 2 years ago. And this was one of the first classrooms that I made. Art class being the second one. I did have a video of me making the school from scratch, but Facebook erased my 100 videos while I was dying in the hospital in the past 2 years. So I can't retrieve my archived videos. Were not archived by Facebook. So hence I'm making new Sims 4 videos here on YouTube. So he teaches anatomy of humans, aliens, dogs, cats, and I think they have, do they have horses now? Whatever other animals they have now in Sims 4. I haven't played the garden, cottage and garden or gardens Sims 4 game yet, even though I purchased it. Alright. So there you have it, the anatomy and physiology class. I tried to put the hand anatomy, skull anatomy, and the little boy represents human anatomy, where you can see the heart and liver and kidneys and all of that, skeleton and everything, brain, so that they learn all about anatomy in this classroom. Alright, so we'll put the walls back up. And in this next classroom, I was just going in here. This girl is headed, she's rushing to get her seat, one of her favorite classes. So she's out of breath, rushing to get in her seat. And if you recall, in 419 in Bright Stars Elementary School, this was another art room. It was for preschoolers and preschoolers and kindergartners art room, and it has now been converted to geography. This is the geography classroom. Oh, for Christmas sake, how would I get up here? Yes, so geography classroom. So as you can see, the teacher has a world globe on her desk and a globe behind her. The globe behind her, you know, if you play Sims 4, has whiskey in it. So I sort of blocked her from being able to get, or him or her, from being able to get to the whiskey. And then I put books on the desk here. And then I'm going to turn here. So then I love this wall that I put here. Now this is a mural wall of Hawaii, the Hawaiian mountains on Kauai Island. So beautiful. I wish I could take my mom while she's alive and while I'm alive. I'm her oldest daughter. I'm almost 63 years old, 63, and she's 81, and she's always wanted to go to Hawaii. When we were, it looked so big. So again, this is our geography classroom. There's a coordinates map on the left here showing different parts of the world in the Sims world. So in this classroom, if you guys recall, is the frog classroom, and I asked you in the Bright Stars Elementary School to count how many frogs were in the room, whether on the floor or on the walls or on the shelving. That's what I'll ask now. And I used to ask that for my Facebook, 5,000, almost 5,000 followers on Facebook, and I literally gave them a virtual award for guessing how many frogs was in the room. But this time, I hope this thing doesn't come alive, because it looks like it's going to. It's a giant spider. I'm the only sister that is known for picking up spiders, spider legs. However, I have had some run-ins with encounters with some giant ones that are vicious, so I had to go in and take them out with some raid. But anyway, this is frog, golden frog, that the teacher has. There's some pets in here. Some tadpoles in here and pets. And yes, you have to be careful with this frog, because the purple one there squirts water at you. And then I have my favorite thing, a turtle. I have pet turtles, so I have a turtle and a frog on the mural there. So there's golden frogs on every desk so that the students learn the anatomy of the frogs. Again, here's a turtle and a blue frog here, a rare blue frog. And as I said in episode 419, my mom is afraid of frogs because they always hop at her. I'm okay with them as long as they don't hop on my chest. I used to pick up the green garden ones, but some frogs are poisonous, like the blue frog here. Alright, so we've done the art room, the anatomy and physiology lecture, the geography room, we've done the cafeteria. Okay, now it's acting up. Hold on. Click out of that. We've done the principal's office, the receptionist's office, and the chef, cafeteria chef and teacher, cooking teacher. Alright. And then there's bathrooms as well down here and showers. We did the trigonometry calcium. I'm getting sleepy. The trigonometry. That reminds me I should take my calcium medicine. Trigonometry calculus classroom. We did the anatomy and physiology laboratory lab classroom. And teacher's still waiting for her class to come in. Now we'll go from this building over to here. And what do we have here? So in the test tube, there was an alien, and EA Origin took the alien out. But guess who's gotten in there? So we, like I said, this building is only for mature teenagers that aren't going to be getting disruptive and into a lot of mischief. Well, the student has made his way into the test tube. So he will be going to detention. What the heck in the world? Alright, so here they can make medicine and robotics and robots and different things, and there's all kind of gadgets in here that I haven't worked yet. But like I said, I made this in 2020. But I've had my scientists work on these machines making medicine. Alright, so it has been revised. This rocket science building has been revised to put pictures here on the wall representing quantum physics, but also representing the atmosphere. If you can see here, there is a figure of a face facing downward in this black part here. It says altered states, and this is when he went all the way into deep experiment and altered his whole human being into something, warped into something else, like alien type spiritual reality, and oh, it was so deep. One of my other favorite movies, Altered States, with William Hurt. Okay, so here's a bed here for sleeping. I said there was 7 beds in this school, but I take that back. I think there's 8 beds, because I think there's a bed. Well, there was an army cot bed. Yeah, there's 8 beds. This is an army cot here. So then the machines get even more dynamically powerful and dangerous and nuclear. So quantum physics pictures are again on the walls here as well. Okay, go back in there. Rocket science. Some isotope and dangerous chemicals. And picture of Saturn and some meteor pieces breaking apart into pieces. Yeah, so this whole building has the words danger on it, and it has a fierce fire alarm, because you can definitely get electrocuted or catch fire in this building. So you go up the ladder. I love this floor because of this lavender, purple, and white. But basically, you go up this ladder to the 3rd level. And here on the 3rd level is also some more quantum physics images. And here is an alien. And she's made of pearls, beautiful pearls, from the movie Valerian. And she holds her creature, who drops beautiful pearls of every color and size into a pool, a pretty shimmering pool. And those pearls are worth a lot of money throughout those planets. So, as I said, this, or if I didn't say, this is the quantum physics classroom. And there is a quote from Albert Einstein. And in episode 419, the game got glitched, and all of my walls, my CC was taken away from the walls. So I got all new CC here on the walls. And I also have a Deco sim here from Jasmine. And he is teaching quantum physics. This is real quantum physics on the wall as well that I made. And this is a nuclear power plant. And they need this to house the rocket ships that they will make on the top 4th floor. This is some more images of quantum physics. Now, I also wanted a picture of Carl Sagan in here, but I couldn't find where I put it. Because he's the one who said billions and billions of stars is what our galaxies are made of. Billions and billions of stars and planets in each galaxy. And there's thousands and thousands, hundreds and thousands of galaxies with billions of planets. So surely we're not the only person. We can't be selfish enough to think that we're the only beings that are alive, when the Lord created billions and billions and billions of planets everywhere. So my Sims are definitely going to get in a rocket at this Rocket Space Center and they're going to go up to this 4th level. Now that's just a joke that I put here in 2020 of a Santa Claus surfing, because I needed some light up here. But this is the nuclear canisters or nuclear things that they start off with when they start making the rocket ship. And that's only for adults and mature teens. They can also woohoo the rocket ship, as well as woohooing here in these observatories that you can use at night to look at the stars and planets and get abducted by aliens. I'm wondering, can the teenage boys have the alien babies like the male SIMS? This is a dance floor for dancing. And of course, I have the rock climbing, if I didn't show that earlier. Alright, so a lot of students, like my werewolves, will be riding their bicycle to the school. NaNa Kharmz High School. I forgot to say, please click that red subscribe button if you haven't already. And please, I appreciate it if you click the like button if you like my school. Thank you. And now we're going to go up to the 2nd floor past the attendance counselor. Now we're on the 2nd floor. I'm going to turn around here. So if you guys remember, I said my CC was going in episode 419, so this is episode 420. I put my CC back in, so there is my portraits of me, Carmen, on the wall, as I told you guys was supposed to be there before. In 419, you just saw the distinguished gentleman that I used. So this is me, Carmen, and this is me, Carmen. And on either side is me as well. So this is the assistant principal giving a speech, or preparing to give his speech. And because this school, I had to put so much into it years ago, I made the auditorium be an open auditorium so that they just sit here and give their speeches here. Now, Jasmine has a stage and everything, and a backstage and everything in her high school, but for my gameplay, I just have this, and if they have to do a play, then they'll do it here, and I'll move the chairs. But that's the best I could do for what I have. Alright, so now we will turn around here. Now I can tell you what is, okay, so as you guys saw ahead of time, this is a picture of my son, Lee, on either side here, when we were in Ocho Rios. He paid for us, my husband and I, to go on a cruise in November of 2019, and we had a wonderful time, and I got to see my turtles on the island, and I got to hold turtles and all of that that were from the sea. And this is a picture of Lee in the middle here, better known as It's the MCP. Catch him on his channel, It's the MCP, on Fortnite. and Mortal Kombat and Fall Guy. Alright, so my handsome son here is flanked by the distinguished gentleman on either side. And then to this classroom here. Okay. Now remember, if I have to leave out, this area is blank because the elevator has to come to this section. And then there's bathrooms over in here and showers. Alright, so this is, if you see, there's different stones on the outside here, jewels, because this is the geology classroom. Geology. So they study diamonds, rocks, and jewels in this classroom. This is the teacher's desk here, flanked with diamonds. It's a rare relic made of like a ice diamonding jade. This is her microphone for talking. And this is the desk where the students take extensive notes. What happened to my other notes? My other notebooks are gone. Every time I come in this game, something has been taken from my darn CC. Alright, so each desk had a notebook where they were jotting notes down, and so now they're missing. But when I play the game, they'll be back again. I'll put them back. But yeah, this is the geology, gemology classroom. Geology for studying rocks, and gemology for studying diamonds and jewels. And like I said, I made this years ago. The teacher got an award for best diamonds and knowledge of diamonds right there. Quality, clarity, and cut, and other things that you learn about diamonds. Alright. Now we're not going to go into this classroom. If you remember, had a tree with presents on it on the outside. That is the topiary classroom. But I want to go into this other classroom first. So in this classroom, this used to be where the elementary students, the elementary kids came to play with their little toys. So I turned this into a retail store slash retail classroom for learning how to deal with money, management, merchandising, cash register, and all of that. This again is the retail store. This so she is paying for this beautiful choker necklace, and the lady's about to take the money from her. Alright, and then you can see the principal down there walking to the building, and you can see there's Peter Paul's got nuts, mounds don't. Almond Joy, Peter Paul's got nuts, mounds don't. So I love Almond Joy candy bars. Some people like mounds. who don't have the almonds. They might, I don't know, I never ate it. My mom loves Paydays, who has plenty of peanuts. Alright, so we also have on this side one of my favorite snacks, Cheetos. Yes, indeed. But then they have the flaming ones for people who like hot mouths and tongues. And then Funyuns. Funyuns are cool too. We have snow cones or snow blower. Snow globes. Yes, snow globes. Fish aquarium products. And I couldn't find a lot of stuff to fit in here, but they do have at least some stuff that you can buy. And for the teachers, there's champagne up there. And marble eggs. Alright, so we'll go out of here. We'll go into the topiary room. And if you recall, so I basically kept the tree in here that was in the elementary school. Kept the art that was in here. Didn't do too much to the topiary room at all. So they make out of shrubbery bushes. They can make elephants and llamas and lambs and fox and poodles and whatever shapes they want to make. And then there's some critters in the aquariums over here as well. And that's in the topiary room. Hence the tapestry with a tree on it here. Alright. So through these doors is the school library. And I've changed out that big green abstract thing for paintings instead. Nice, pretty landscape paintings. As it says, library. And instead of the big, bulky, dark green bookshelf, I put a magazine rack here, courtesy of Jasmine, Raditz, Ariel, Alexis, and Corey. There's some more books in a globe on the wall here. Nice comfy chairs here. And there's a librarian teacher carrying some books there. And a chair behind there for someone to sit in. Alright, so there's the library. And the topiary room. And we will go down the hall over here. Before we do that, there's my movie star crush, Jeff Goldblum. Once again, as I said, I was his MySpace friend, and he asked me to, and a lot of people, to sign a petition to keep one of the TV shows, Fringe, Fring, on the air, and I love that show. One of my favorite movies, The Nutty Professor by Jerry Lewis, one of my favorite comedians, and one of my favorite movie stars, Johnny Depp, and Morgan Freeman in the back there in Transcendence. I love sci-fi movies. One of my other favorite movies, Sling Blade, with Billy Bob Thornton, whom I didn't get to say hi to him, but he waved to me when I was in Florida. That's because I was on a moving tour bus, and I was saying, stop the bus, so I can go get an autograph from him. But, so he just waved and smiled, Billy Bob Thornton. And then there's Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt and Meet Joe Black, and Johnny Depp again in Transcendence. The school has awards for their science and engineering and chemistry awards. And then you will go in here. This is the media room where they learn how to make movies, TV commercials, how to become a movie star, and all of that. There is King of Pop, Michael Jackson. There, boy, I have a crown near him. Vincent and Ariana with expecting their new baby. I'm so happy for them. P. Diddy, when he was with J-Lo, she is now with Ben Affleck. Back with Ben Affleck and married him. I'm so happy for J-Lo. Alright, and then P. Diddy's with Young Miami right now. Alright, and then here is another TV show my son I've been watching a lot lately. An old show, the Jamie Foxx TV show, which is quite funny. Very funny, love it. This is supposed to be his aunt and uncle in the show. This is Braxton, who works there at the hotel that his aunt and uncle owns. This is his girlfriend, Fancy Francesca. Her real name is Barbeau. Charlize Barbeau or something like that. I hope I'm still on the air. I'm not sure if I am or not. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be stuck. I think you guys can't see what I'm seeing. Alright. This is a picture of my sister Rhonda in this corner. And this is another one of my favorite TV shows. Martin Lawrence, Tommy Cole, Pam, Gina, Martin, Cole, Tommy. It's so funny. Alright, this is Michael Jackson and his duet partner, China Hill. So in my SIMS, he's still alive and he married China Hill. Okay, so then this is another one of my favorite TV movies, and I saw this more. First it was 15 times, now I saw it maybe 27 times because it's funny every single time. Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, and I remember meeting a nurse and a waitress that saw it. They were white, Caucasian, but they loved the movie, even though it's a black movie. And they saw it 15 times as well, because it's that funny. All the different Friday movies, especially that first one. This is Jeff Goldblum again. So, as you can see, there's all kind of equipment in this room for them to learn how to do commercials and movies. So there's spotlights and movie camera equipment. My daughter in the corner over here, Crystal as well. And there's 2 desks for them to write notes. No, 3 desks. And then, because of the 3 lucky students that get to be in this classroom, get to be in the movies and TV commercials, like my sister Rhonda here with the blonde hair. And Michael Jackson has done a lot of different singing in his videos. It seems like you're watching movies in his music videos. Especially remember the time that with Eddie Murphy and Iman, the model, and based on Egyptians. Okay. Alright, so then we follow this boy across the hall back into the math classroom, which you guys got an accidental glimpse of when I first started. Alright, so on this wall is linear equations that I put here. I put solving linear equations here. And so Algebra 3 back here. Algebra Introduction back here. And you can't have science and chemistry without math, so you have to have math to know how to do all that. So some more math equations over here and algebra equations. Algebra and calculus. And laws of exponents and fractions as well. Longitude, latitude, and different. You have to have math to learn how to work these government electronics and scientific machines. So he teaches them all of that, including how to count their money to be able to work the ATM machine. So his student is writing a lot of notes. The student has fallen asleep. The class is not all the way started, so he's not going to stand to the microphone because he's a Deco sim and he can't stand up. But anyway, Jasmine made him. I love this. She does such a great job. Yeah, so yeah, this is some of the class books that I put here, the algebra calculus books. Some of my wording is cut off there. So I notice when I move up and down, the words go back and forth. Yeah, so this is, and this is the award that the teacher got on the wall there. And there was another award that I had over here, but I guess I moved it. Okay. So now we will go, there's some Lysol on the sink to sterilize our hands. We will go out here into the student corridor where students meet and mingle for socialization so that they won't die of boredom or die of not talking to people. So this is, of course, Megan Thee Stallion in blue hair, and this Cardi B on the other side of her, or it could be Minaj. So this is Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. No, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. This is my niece Mignon again. Now you can see my sister LaShawn's sons more closer. The oldest one is Tan Nathaniel, He's very religious. And the youngest one is Mimi Demetrius. He's a great artist and dancer. And the middle one down at the bottom here is Christopher. He's all about fashion and showing off for girls. This is Drake. This is Megan Thee Stallion. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. And this one is Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, and Cardi B. Chance the Rapper, I think he got killed or died. And my three nephews again. My niece, both these pictures are my niece, Alicia, who I call Alicia Sisha. And Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Cardi B here on her tour in this year of 2022, July. And this is Megan Thee Stallion in Pretty Blue. This is Minaj sitting down here, Nicki Minaj. Alright, so now we'll go upstairs. Now we're on the sports floor of the student corridor. Here we have a guy who's just became boyfriend to this quiet young lady who is very athletic. And now if you notice in Jasmine Raditz high school, she has a real team, the Eagles, but I like to represent the Pistons, Detroit Pistons, but I did not have a sign for them, so